What's going on, guys? Welcome to a live stream that is going to be pretty solid in my opinion, because not only did I kind of go to sleep at a reasonable hour last night, I took a nasty hour and a half nap today at 4 or 5 p.m. and I did 2 videos tonight. I'm not even remotely tired right now. You can probably see it in my face. Last night, I fell asleep about 11. I slept till about 12:30, I want to say. Then I went up. I was going to make videos, but I was like, you know what? I've been so exhausted this past month. I'm going to try to go to sleep. So I laid in bed, even though I wasn't sleeping, I laid in bed till about 3 a.m. And then I finally went to sleep at 3 a.m., but I kind of rested that whole time. I didn't do anything. And then I woke up this morning. And then today when I got home, around 4 p.m.-ish, I took an hour and a half nap. So I'm so well rested right now. It's unbelievable. I feel good. It's the first time I felt well rested in a while, honestly. So I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if my eyes look different. But I am ready to discuss UFC 288 predictions. My Aljamain Sterling Henry Cejudo prediction is out on the channel right now. My Belal Muhammad Gilbert Burns video is raring to go. It is ready to go as we speak. I'm probably just going to drop that tomorrow. And then I'm also going to do a Bryce Mitchell Movsar Evloev prediction. That will be out probably tomorrow night. I'll probably drop Belal Muhammad Gilbert Burns sometime tomorrow afternoon. Since it's up, it's ready to go. And then tomorrow evening, I'll probably record and drop my Bryce Mitchell Movsar Evloev prediction video. But yeah, guys, the last few times I've been on stream, I've been dead tired. And today I'm not, so it feels good. It feels good to be awake. It feels good not feeling like you're about to die of sleep deprivation. So I'm here. Appreciate you guys for joining me. Don't forget to like the stream. Make sure, double check you're subscribed to the channel. I would greatly appreciate that. We're at 9,267 subscribers. So we are slowly creeping along. It's fight week, so I'm hoping everything starts to pick up again. We kind of slowed down a little bit after 287, but I'm hoping everything picks up. But just double check for me. Make sure you're subscribed. I would greatly appreciate it. What's up, Larry? What's up, Fries? What's up, Joel? I hope you're doing well, Joel. What's up, JJ? Hope you're doing well. What's up, Julian? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, guys. Prime Benavidez versus Dotson. Who you got? Prime Benavidez versus Dotson. What a random flyweight question. I'm going Benavidez. Benavidez in his prime. He's one of the best fighters that never became a champion, and he had so many opportunities. Split decision loss to Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. Split decision loss to Dominic Cruz for the bantamweight title. For WEC, the bantamweight title. Got finished by Demetrius. He looked very good in the first Devison Figueiredo fight before he got finished. And then they rematched because Devison missed weight, which is kind of a weird scenario. You know, he got finished, but they're getting a rematch because the guy that finished him missed weight, but I guess they wanted to make it for the title. And he gets brutally rear naked choked. I mean, that was one of the most brutal rear naked chokes I've ever seen in my entire life. If you saw it, you know what I'm talking about. Back in July of 2020. So prime Joseph Benavidez, I would say, is around 2015 to 2017, somewhere around there. I thought he beat Sergio Pettis. He has a split decision loss to Sergio Pettis. But imagine, I mean, we don't even need to imagine anything. Think about it. He's only lost to Dominic Cruz, Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, Sergio Pettis, Devison Figueiredo, and Askar Askarov when he was out of his prime. Dude's a very good fighter. A very, very good fighter. You know what's a secret story? I don't want to say it's a secret story, but it's something a lot of people don't know about the flyweight division. Let's see how many people know about this. I'm going to ask, and then I'm going to tell the story. Who remembers The Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, Ian McCall debacle. Who remembers that? Who remembers that? The flyweight debacle between Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson and Ian McCall, the first fight. Does anybody remember the debacle? If so, put it in the chat what happened. I'm curious who remembers that. Because that was an absolute debacle during the debut of the flyweight division in the UFC, which was really, really, really unfortunate. Very, very, very unfortunate. Which actually sucked badly. But let me know in the chat. Let's see what you guys are saying. Was watching your Henry Aljo prediction, saw your live. Make sure you finish it. Make sure you finish that prediction video, please. It helps bump it in the algorithm. The longer you watch, the better it does. It's already about to hit 1,000 views. So it's doing pretty solid. All I remember is that fight being a draw or something. No, you don't. I remember it should have been a sudden death round. Maybe, maybe not. We'll talk about it in a second. I'm going to see. Does anybody else know what happened there? Looks like nobody else is answering me. So I'll tell you the story. This is like an unwritten story, really. I don't even know how many people even know this happened. I don't know if it's important or not. I think it's very important to the history of the flyweight division. So back on March 3rd, 2012, what the UFC had was a little flyweight tournament. They were opening the flyweight division. And what they did was they had Demetrius Johnson versus Ian McCall. And they had Joseph Benavidez versus Yushiro, I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. And what the plan was, this was a little mini tournament. The winner of those two fights were going to fight each other, okay? But they needed to make sure someone won those fights, okay? They needed to make sure that somebody won those fights. And what they stipulated was, if there was a draw, that essentially what they would do was have a sudden death round. They would have a fourth round if there was a draw. Whoever won the fourth round would win the fight. Well, what happened is Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson and Ian McCall fought to a majority draw. Somebody messed up. I think they read it as a Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson win. Somebody screwed up and somehow thought it was a Mighty Mouse Johnson win. And then they realized afterwards, wait a second, these scorecards are a draw. And they had already left the cage. The fight was essentially over. And so now you had Joseph Benavidez win in the co-main event of that card, but you didn't have an opponent for him to face. So then they had to run it back in a rematch, which Demetrius Johnson won. But it was an absolute debacle. An absolute debacle. Imagine you have two fights on the same night, main and co-main. They're going to fight each other. Winner's going to fight each other. You have a draw in one of them. Should have went to a sudden death. And you read the decision wrong. You give it to somebody. Then you realize it's a draw after they've already left. You don't have the sudden death round. It was debacle. Let me see what this says here. The Athletic Commission informed UFC officials of the error. Okay, let me read this. The stipulation put in place for the tournament stated that if any of the tournament fights were to end in a draw, a fourth sudden death round would take place. The Demetrius Johnson-Ian McCall fight went the distance, and the Australian Athletic Commission collected and totaled the judges' scorecards. The fight was announced as a majority decision win for Johnson. However, upon reviewing the point totals later in the evening, the Athletic Commission discovered that they had added up the judges' scorecards incorrectly and that the fight should have been declared a majority draw and resulted in a fourth round. The Athletic Commission informed UFC officials of the error, and at the post-fight press conference, Dana White announced that both fighters were made aware of the situation, that the flyweight tournament fight between Johnson and McCall had been scored incorrectly, and that the fight did indeed end in majority draw. The error was corrected, and the majority decision win for Johnson was overturned, but the previously announced fourth round tiebreaker could not be fought. Johnson and McCall would be forced to repeat their fight, thus delaying the finish of the flyweight tournament. I know that's a random story, but it's cool kind of like discussing some of the things that happen in MMA that aren't necessarily, that are never brought up again. And that's a very interesting story that happened there. So shout out to Tiramisu for remembering. I don't know if he Googled it or not, but I wasn't watching UFC back then. Fair enough, Mike. Fair enough. Did you see Paul Craig 185 move? Who do you think he could fight? I did see that he's moving to 185. Who could he fight? I guess someone in the rankings. Maybe Andre Muniz. I'd like to see that. Or you could do, well, Brendan Allen's fighting Bruno Silva. Do Paul Craig, Roman Dolidze. I think that'd be a fun one. That ruined McCall's career. May have very well. Ian McCall, how long's he been gone now? Jeez, he went on a horrible run after that. He only won 2 more fights after that loss to Demetrius, where he actually lost via decision. They ended up fighting a few months later, 3 months later. Then he got Joseph Benavidez. He lost there. Then he beat 2 bums. Then he lost to John Lineker, Manel Kopp, and Kyoji Horiguchi, both in Ryzen. At the time he lost to them. Manel Kopp was in Ryzen for a while. I'm a minute behind, but they miscounted the scorecard and McCall got screwed because of it. Yep. I mean, I don't know if he was necessarily screwed, but it sucked for sure. He had to refight the fight instead of having a 4th round. I didn't look it up to be clear. Fair enough. It didn't matter either way. Flyweight was once cool. Flyweight's still cool. That, like, Islam using IVs in Australia, what about it? There's no evidence to support that theory. But, okay. I'm waiting for Dan Hooker's smoking gun. Where is that smoking gun we've been hearing about? I'd love to see it. I'd absolutely love to see that smoking gun. Would anyone else love to see that smoking gun, or is it just me? Or is it just me that would like to see it? Let me check something out real quick. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Let me just pop this open real quick. Okay. X out of this. All right. What do you guys think? I know this is kind of random and really irrelevant. I don't even know if anybody noticed it. But what do you think about the mic placement? I got the mic a little bit lower. I kind of like it. I did it in one of my videos, and I kind of like the placement of it better. It's not all up in my face, and I just turned up the volume to compensate for it. Probably meaningless to you guys, but I kind of like it. But let me know if you have any thoughts on it, but probably don't have any thoughts on it. Craig was never huge light heavyweight. I think the move will be good for him. Yeah, I agree. What's up, Flat Earth Casual? If the UFC ran back DJ versus Cejudo 3 instantly instead of trading DJ, what would have been your prediction for the fight? I picked DJ by decision or TKO. I thought DJ won the second fight. I mean, he very well could have lost the 4th round anyways. Yeah, I don't remember if he was like winning, if the tide was turning or not. But yeah, it may have very well lost anyway. In a hypothetical sense, if Nick Diaz comes back, can you see a possibility he headline a fight night card against Bo Nickel? Dude. Stop. No. Absolutely not. And if the UFC does that, I'm done watching the sport. You guys may very well witness my rise to YouTube MMA prominency. I'm going to get to 100K subs, and then one day the UFC is going to do something that I just hate. I'm like, you know what? I ain't supporting this bullshit anymore. And I may just ride off into the sunset. Move on to bigger and better things. Bo Nickel versus Nick Diaz would damn near get me to that point already. Crazy how Craig beat Hill and Ankalaev. That is crazy. Would Reyes versus Craig at 185 make sense? Is Reyes going down to 185? Reyes fights at 205. I haven't heard any rumbles of him go down to 185. Uncle Creepy was smashing DJ in the 3rd round. I don't remember. That's why I said that's the only way it would have really screwed him. But I don't remember. Who do you think is a better jiu-jitsu, Paul Craig or Brian Ortega? I'll say Paul Craig. Yeah, Reyes can't make 185. No way. Yeah, I don't think so. But maybe. Dude's chin is of a 185er. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. Blah, 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 blah. Earth is flat. Blah, 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 I enjoy country music. 9/11 was an inside job. I don't know why I did that, but I just felt like doing it. Who does Bo fight next? I'm going to go out on a limb and say Tresean Gore. Probably at UFC 290 in July, I would guess. If I had to guess. I'm just guessing off the top of my head. Do you think Belal knocks him out? Prediction will be out tomorrow, my friend. Prediction will be out tomorrow. I'll tell you it was a tough pick. But prediction, full breakdown and pick will be out tomorrow. What do you think of Corey Anderson? He brutalized Johnny Walker and ended that hype train, but I don't know, man. He's not particularly, like, he doesn't jump off the page to me in terms of his skill set, but I wish he was still in the UFC. We need some good guys within the middleweight division. And light heavyweight division. I'm dumb. But yeah. Is Brendan Allen getting a replacement fighter? Yeah, he's fighting Bruno Silva. Do you think Belal not... Okay, read that. Who do you think Bo fights next? Answered that. Nah, but the only option is to retire for Reyes. Honestly, I'd rather see him retire. Dude, Reyes... I don't know what's worse for Reyes, the chin or the hairline. Dude has the thinnest, like, arrow on the front of his forehead. And I know a lot of us got kind of that little weird hairline where you got like this here. But dude is like... That's what Reyes' hairline looked like. Right there. Exactly right there. That's all he's got. So, I think the chin is probably worse, and that's saying something. I think it's time for him to retire. Or take a long time off. And probably pump him. Here's what I would do. Look, if I'm Reyes' friend, let's say me and Reyes are boys. I'm his coach. And I'm trying to help Reyes have a career resurgence. Here's what I'm telling him. I'm telling him, look, retire fake retirement. Pump yourself full of PEDs for a while. Get some good reps in at the gym, whether it's EPO or steroids. Get some good reps into the gym. Hit the heavy bag, run miles on EPO. And then after like a year or so off and just pumping yourself full of EPO, stop, re-enroll in the USADA program, and then make a return looking like a 205-pound Alistair Overeem. That's how I think the move is for him. So, 5 rounds favors Belal. I don't know, though. Gilbert just had a training camp. Belal didn't. I have heard by some sources some things that lead me to believe Gilbert will win this Saturday. Okay. Joey and Reyes could be twins with similar hair. Dude, that's too far. That's too far. Don't insult me like that, bro. This is nowhere near Dominic Reyes' hairline, all right? All right? And if my hair grows out, my hair comes all the way down and covers all that, okay? So don't you dare compare me to Dominic Reyes. And also, by comparing me to Dominic Reyes, you're essentially making fun of a burn victim, okay? You're essentially making fun of a burn victim because, look, I got scarring there. My hair probably doesn't grow as much there because I was burnt, okay? I survived a serious burning. So, I hope you're proud of yourself. Corey Anderson lost out on $1 million. Yeah, and he did it himself. He called out the headbutt. What an idiot. He would have got a finish. I'm telling you, Reyes, Gus, winner retires. Loser also retires. Sign me up. Sign me up. Yeah, Reyes Gus is the fight to make. Probably in BKFC at this point. Just send them over to BKFC and let them fight. And let them fight. There's only one thing to do. It's lock the cage behind them. Who remembers that? Who remembers that? Where's that line from? Where's that line from? It's something like there's only one thing left to do. Lock the cage behind them. Who remembers that? Only the realest of the real remember that one. I know someone in this chat has got to know what that's from. Nope, it's not from Goldie. It's not from Goldie. I'll tell you one thing. Never mind, I'm not even going to give you a hint. I'm not even going to give you a hint. Somebody answer, or nobody knows? Nobody knows? Jeez Louise. Nobody knows. That's crazy. I'm done. I checked Discord. That's hilarious. Bing, 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 bing. Shout out Ashutosh. UFC 229, one of the best promos I've ever seen in my entire life. It was kind of corny, but damn did that promo get me hyped. That was damn good. That was damn good. If you haven't seen that, UFC 229 promo. What's weird is the UFC doesn't leave this shit up. You got to go find it from someone else who edited it, who uploaded it. It is, I think it's the cold open with John Malkovich. This was amazing. This was amazing. Somebody reopened it. Someone re-uploaded it. You can't find it anywhere else. They had to put it in reverse. To this day, top 3 best promos I've ever seen. To this day, top 3 promos I've ever seen. There's only one way to find out. Lock the cage door behind them. Damn, it hit different. I'm being dead serious. I would say top 3 most I've ever been hyped. The most excited I've ever been for a fight is UFC 148. Anderson Silva, Chael Sonnen. But that was a damn good promo. If you haven't seen that, you guys need to go check it out. Here it is if you want to go check it out. I found it on YouTube. The other one, the other best promo that I've ever seen, that's probably my number one. It's the ending of UFC Prime Time for, I think it's GSP. Yeah. This one, unbelievable. It's the UFC Prime Time for GSP Carlos Condit. For those of you guys who don't know, the prime time days were the best days of UFC promos ever. I will never forget GSP Carlos Condit UFC Prime Time ending. Top tier, the best I've ever seen. I watch it at least a couple times a year. At least a couple times a year. I miss UFC Prime Time. Who in the chat, yes or no, who remembers UFC Prime Time? UFC Prime Time was so damn good. Was so damn good. UFC Prime Time was so good. I'm going to have to watch that after the stream's over. It was just amazing, flat out. I remember that because someone mentioned it on commentary as well. What, like recently? I think you actually mentioned it before, the Prime Time. Yeah, Prime Time was top tier. The UFC now just showing bullshit luggage and haircuts. I'm telling you, if I was a billionaire, I would invest in the UFC just asking them to do Prime Time. Prime Time, I tuned in the second those episodes aired. That's how good they were. I used to get so excited off of Prime Time that I would watch the episodes multiple times. Okay, and you guys know me. I don't barely watch the countdowns. I don't really watch the embeddeds. I just watch the fights. I see like the cold open, you know, when they start the fights, but the prime times, I'm telling you, I'd watch those episodes multiple times. It was top tier hype for fights. There were so many good prime times. Let's see what else they did it for. The GSP Condit one was damn good. Uh, they did one for Jones versus Evans. I don't really remember that one, which is crazy to me. Which is crazy to me. I don't really remember that one too much. But damn, was it good. They did a St. Pierre versus Shields primetime. Nobody even thought Shields had a chance going into that fight. Cry me a river. I know I've been talking about primetime for a while, but damn, it was good. I'm telling you. You newer fans, if you just started watching the sport last like 4, 5, 6 years, damn, you missed UFC primetime. It was like a top tier, high budget, way better, at that point that I hate even comparing them, way better version of Embedded. Way better, highly produced. The UFC stopped making them. Dana White was asked why. He said it was too expensive. So, super unfortunate. Damn good show. Never been more hyped for a fight other than watching primetime. What about Aldo versus McGregor, No Church in the Wild? Which one was that one? I don't remember what that one was. So it must have not been that good to me. I need you picks for the fights. Aljo Henry. I got a full breakdown and prediction on the channel. I got Henry. Yan Xiaonan, Jessica Andrade. I'm probably taking Jessica Andrade. And Belal Burns will be out tomorrow. But my early prediction, which may change, was Belal Muhammad. What's up, Andy? What's going on, Andy? Hope you're doing well. Chael versus Andy was hyped. I know. Damn, 148. I was so hyped. Hey, I got one for you. UFC 87 main and co-main. I didn't watch then, so I don't know. The Conor versus Khabib thing also killed face-to-face interviews. John Jones' DC interview with Joe Rogan was legendary. Yeah, that was pretty good. Do you actually believe fans are homophobic and racist to Izzy? LMAO. I have a whole entire video on it, so go watch it. You should know the answer to that. You know the answer to it. If you pay attention to the MMA community at all, you know the answer to that. Who do you got in Dober versus Frivola? I don't know. I'm leaning Dober, but that chin has got to fail him eventually. You went to UFC 117, which is Anderson Silva versus Chael Sonnen 1. Whoo. That's crazy. I would have loved him in there live. UFC 214 was also hyped. John Jones versus Daniel Cormier 2. Yeah, too bad Dana White didn't even care about that fight. He was too busy, worried about McGregor versus Mayweather. But UFC 214, I was very excited for that one. I don't think I've ever been more excited for a fight compared to Pennington versus Aldana 2. Yeah, it's top tier. Top tier for sure. Yudong is a faster starter than Jan and could really hurt him early if Jan doesn't learn how to speed up. I would still pick Jan over him, though. Yeah, I'd pick Jan for sure. Jake Shields striking is on par with a blind 2-year-old or Ben Askren. It's on par with Ben Askren. Aljo loses and moves up, and Marab challenges Cejudo. Now, I think Aljo will try to get a rematch if he loses. Yudong is a faster starter than Jan and could really... Okay, read that. Didn't Anderson hit Chael with an illegal knee? No, it looked illegal, but it landed more to the chest. Some of the thigh landed to the head of Chael, but it was really a knee to the body that finished him off. But it was a little bit controversial, but Chael never complained about it. What would it take for you to lose faith in Jan? I don't know yet. Were you hyped for Askren's debut in the UFC? Who did you have winning? I thought Lawler was going to wreck him, which it looked like it was accurate. No, I wasn't super hyped for Askren. I thought trading DJ away to get Askren was bullshit. And look, Askren gets one win, and it's basically a bullshit win over Robbie Lawler. But nah, I wasn't excited other than to watch Robbie Lawler smash him. Which happened. So... yeah. Do, 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 do. I went to the UFC Apex when they let 50 fans in during the pandemic. It was Till versus Brunson. I had to show proof of vax or negative test. Was wild. Crazy times, my friend. That's awesome that you went there when it was that intimate. Pause. Were you okay? Read that. Now, if Aljo asked an immediate rematch, he would look like such a bad friend to Merab. He would. He would ask for an immediate rematch. Maybe he plugs Merab though in the post fight. We've seen Uriah Faber do that for T.J. Dillashaw. We've seen that for Uriah Faber do it to T.J. Dillashaw. How do you think Prime Masvidal versus Lawler would have gone? Oh, it would have been fight of the night, crazy back and forth. It would have went to decision. Both guys had legendary chins. I'll say Lawler gets a decision, split decision, but it's razor close. Fight of the night, fight of the year, arguably. Trading Mighty Mouse for Askren was disingenuous. It was just horseshit. Absolute horseshit. How the hell did you even find that? The real question is, how'd you even find that link? That's crazy. Yeah, that prime time was sick as hell. Lawler wins that easily? Maybe. Lawler in his prime was just an absolute beast. Pause. I hate saying that, beast. But yeah, Lawler in his prime was an absolute savage. If I had to pick one between Aljo and Merab to stay in the UFC, I'd choose Aljo all day. Dynamic striking, slick BJ. Dynamic striking? I think you're getting a little bit carried away. Slick BJJ, I just hope Merab packs up and goes to PFL. That's funny. I mean, I'm not picking one or the other. I want both of them in the UFC. Did you see Izzy using slurs against Duplessis? Openly racist, dude. The word cracker is not racist at all. And you will never find anyone who isn't just trying to weirdly be like overly moral and be like, oh my God, can you believe this? Nobody finds that word racist. Nobody's offended by that word. Stop being a clown. They have a search function on Discord. I filter by links. Makes sense. That's crazy you found that, though. Who do you compare to nowadays talking about law? There is no comparison, to be honest. He just wanted to sprawl and fight like an absolute maniac. And I'll never forget when Hendricks was like spamming takedowns in the rematch. And at one point, he stuffed the takedown against the fence, but Hendricks was just holding on to his ankles. He turned over his body and started dropping the most brutal elbows to the ribs of Johnny Hendricks that made him move. Do you believe any promotion will reach out to the level of Pride or Strikeforce where they prove to be tough competitor for UFC? No. Not in a long while. Do you really want Merab in the UFC? Yes. He is legit unskilled and just has cardio. Yes, I do want. He is skilled, but he has a different set of skills, dude. He's not unskilled. Izzy used it in a racial sense. You're a clown if you're that big of a hypocrite. So sad, dude. You're acting like a total cracker right now. Shut your mouth, okay? Coming from a guy, look at what your name is and your picture is. Yeah, I'm sure that's definitely you. Yeah, you're a clown, bro. You're a clown. If calling someone's a cracker is racist, then nobody's offended by that word at all. There's no comparison. Comparing it to the N-word is straight up delusional. And anybody doing that is an absolute idiot. And there's nobody in the entire world that is actually offended by that word. There's nobody in the entire universe that's actually offended by it. People pretend to be, but there's nobody actually offended by it. Merab should be sleeping? What do you mean? Ngannou didn't reach an agreement with ONE FC. Thoughts? I never thought he was going to ONE FC. But I don't really have any thoughts. I'm sure Ngannou will find money somewhere. People keep saying Ngannou made a massive mistake. And it's been 3 months since he left the UFC. Pump the brakes. But I think Ngannou's going to PFL. Can I get your thoughts on Jose Aldo's last fight? As in last UFC fights? It's very unfortunate. And sad. H-bomb on Bisping or Rashad on Liddell? Which K was better? H-bomb on Bisping. H-bomb on his Bisping. I don't know what that's about. I didn't compare it to the N-word. Don't put words in my mouth. I never said you compared it to the N-word. I never said that you compared it to the N-word, so don't put words in my mouth, bitch. Okay? I said anybody comparing it to the N-word is delusional and completely wrong and an idiot. If that's you, if that's anyone, anybody out there that fits and applies to, that's the way I feel about you. So if it's you, it's you. If it's someone else, it's someone else. I never said you did. So don't put words in my mouth, all right? But I did call you a bitch and a cracker. So why don't you go call the police on me, dude? I'm done even acknowledging that conversation. We've had this conversation time and time again over the last week. I might have to make a video on it, to be honest. Because for some reason, people just can't let it go, acting like anybody actually cares about it. These people just want to pretend to be moral. They want to pretend like they're the bigger, better person. These same people spam the N-word in YouTube chats letter by letter. And they're like, oh my God, can you believe somebody said the C word? Oh my goodness, I can't believe the C word. Oh my God, call the police. Call the fire department. Please. Somebody call the fire department. This man just called me the C word. Yeah. I can't believe people pretend to be offended by that is the biggest joke and the biggest sham I've ever seen in MMA in general. How do you feel about Kamaru wanting Chimaev? To be honest, I'm going to be honest right now. I think Kamaru is full of shit. I think he's calling out Chimaev because he knows Chimaev's going to middleweight and wants to look like a badass. He never dared mention Chimaev's name before that. Now all of a sudden he lost Leon to Leon. Now all of a sudden he's saying he wants Chimaev. So, yeah. Do you want Merab around from an entertainment standpoint? I couldn't imagine looking at Merab on a card and being excited for it. I want to see somebody stop him. I want to see. He has a game plan. I want to see somebody stop him. Blaze One Sports laughing. I saw a UFC 250 fight poster of Adesanya Jones. Was that ever a rumor at some point? No. Jones and Adesanya were talking back and forth, so somebody probably made that. MMA Joey, how are you doing, buddy? I am doing good. How are you? Appreciate you stopping in. Hope you are well. If you saw Merab on a card, would you be more or less excited for it? It depends on the card. It's not like Merab is my top fighter to watch, but you guys don't think it'll be fun the day we get to see Merab stopped by somebody? Like, Merab is so relentless. One day he's going to run into someone that he can't bully. And we're going to see it. And we're going to see it, my friend. And it'll be a lot of fun. How do you think Waldo Cortez Acosta will rebound on his path to the title? He won't. He will not. He will not. Honestly, at this point, I'm just going to cut a little bit of weight, get to 265. I bet you I'd whoop Waldo Cortez Acosta's ass. Okay? I would chop that leg badly. So he's not fighting for a title. I don't find it offensive, but he was using it in a derogatory way. He was trying to offend. I don't think there's a derogatory way to use it, to be honest. I just can't be offended by it. I just genuinely can't be offended by it. I don't think it's a good thing to bring up anyone's color, their skin, or their race in any manner. But I just can't be offended by it. So, I just can't. I'm doing good. Ariel Hawani gave me a shout out on Twitter. That's pretty cool, man. That's awesome. How the hell did he find your video? How did it help? I see you got over 1,000 views. Why you only have one video on the channel? I thought you had a bunch of videos. But you got over 1,000 views. That's pretty good for sub 1,000 subs. Like, I'm not saying that is a bad thing. I'm just saying from a point of view. But, hey, man, I'm happy for you. I wish you the best, and I wish you the greatest success. But do you know how it came about, how it happened? I'm curious on that one. You saw it? Okay. What? How does Ariel even know you? It must have found it somehow. Must have found it somehow. Joe, you got your money rolling for this fight. What do you mean? You weigh over 265? Yes, I do. I weigh like 280, 290. I'm 6'3". Somewhere around there. I can get to 265 easy, though. At one point, I was 190, which is crazy to think about it now. But that was when I was like 15. I was still 6'3" at 15, though. You got your money on Cejudo? Fair enough. I took down all my prior videos. Why? Is there a reason? I'm just curious. I'm being nosy. Thanks, Joey. I've known Ariel for a few years from an interview we did a while back. I don't message him all the time since he's busy, but I try to keep in contact. How do you know him? That's crazy, though. That's crazy. Damn, son, you're like the size of Francis. Yeah, I got more muscular body, though. More muscular body than Francis. Under this gray shirt right here, there's nothing but abs. I'm 6'4" and nowhere near that. That's crazy. Joey, have you trained before? Yeah, I wear Venom gear at least twice a week and hit the heavy bag. I'm a Jan fan and call me a casual, but I kind of like Merab's style. It's not Yuri level, obviously, but he's always doing something, and watch him catch you because of the threat of the takedown. I think it's an interesting. I think it's an interesting style, and I think it's always cool to have a mixture of styles in MMA. But yeah. Which fighter are you disappointed never became champion? Yoel Romero. TJ gonna come back juice to the gills? That he is. That he is. Baby boy. Okay. Thanks, Joey. I've known it. Okay, I already read that. Yeah, man, I'm happy for you. I'm genuinely happy for you. I wish you the best success, man. It's difficult to get on camera. And I respect anyone that jumps on camera, you know, and puts themselves out there. There's a lot of like there's a lot of people out there who like to remain anonymous behind goofy pictures on YouTube and you know, talk shit in chats and stuff like that. But to actually put yourself out there, put yourself on camera, give your opinions, put them on tape. I respect anyone that does that. I respect absolutely anybody that does that. So, Duplessis is the future African residing champ, and he has the best gas tank in the UFC. I'm going to stop right there. Terry, thank you for the $5 dono. Handsome Joey, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. Thank you for the $5. Thank you for the compliment. I really do appreciate it. Needed a fresh start. I had a question. I wanted to ask you about YouTube if I could email it to you. You can email it to me, or you can message me on Instagram or Twitter. So, if you ever have any questions about anything I do, I'm always willing to help as much as I can. Thank you again, Terry, for the $5. I appreciate your support. My grandson is 6'3" and has a size 15 size shoe. I wear, depending on the shoe brand, I wear like 12 and a half, 13. Needed a fresh start. Okay, I read that already. Ian's done with one more loss. His career is over. I disagree. Hey, guys, don't argue with Joey. If he starts losing, he'll insult you and put words in your mouth. I never put words in your mouth. I'll put something else in your mouth, though. I'll treat you like your mother. I just love that this guy's getting so upset. It's so funny to me. Once your channel grows more, maybe even now, would you consider going into podcast or hosting one yourself? Nothing's off limits. I'm down for whatever. So yeah, but I'm just trying to build this right now. I'm trying to mind my own business. I'm trying to stay in my own lane and grow my own thing. And if people like it, they like it. If they hate it, they hate it. But guess what? I'm always going to be honest. I don't care what anyone thinks. I don't care what anyone thinks. I'm just going to be here, giving my opinion, being honest, not catering to, not catering to whatever people want to hear. I'm just going to give my honest opinion. That's it. John O, thank you for the $10 dono, aka the $9.99. Hey Joey, just much appreciation because appreciate you. Cheers, people. Thank you, John O. I appreciate the $10. Means a lot, man. I appreciate you as well. I appreciate you being a part of the community. And I appreciate you right now because I know the donos are pissing somebody off in chat right now. There's somebody that just hates my guts in chat. And him just seeing the donos, he's just like, oh, why are you? Damn, look at that tan line right there. Look at that tan line. That's crazy. That's wild. I just saw that. So thank you for the $10, Jono. Appreciate you, my friend. Sadly, I don't think anyone can beat Merab. I don't know how you can beat someone who's constantly on you, pushing you, and just ramming himself in you or against you. I don't know, man. Dude, Merab really knows how to push himself on people. I think someone will beat Merab. But it's going to be tough, for sure. It's going to be tough, for sure. I'm 42 and have a 28-year-old grandson. Call it modern science. That would be crazy. Is that true? That's crazy. Going to my first live fight this weekend, below average card, but why not? I thought about going there. I thought about going myself. But it's just too much, and, too much to draw. I want to stay in a hotel if I'm going there. I'm not just traveling and then traveling right back, and I got to run my YouTube channel. So if I go, I got to take my stuff and set it up in a hotel room and make sure that hopefully the internet's good, and then I don't see the fights as well because I'm not watching them from good camera angles rather than I'm watching them live, and then I got to do my assessment afterwards. But I definitely want to go to a fight either this year or next year, hopefully this year. But I thought about going myself. Did a test live just to see it? What are you talking about? A test live stream? Should be live earlier tomorrow. Who are you talking to? Gilbert Burns commented on your video as well. You talking about Prodigy? That's pretty cool. Joe, my grandson's only 14. That's craziness. Donos are rolling in that. You should have been here a couple weeks ago, dude. We had the most donoed stream ever. Like 2 weeks ago. Or a week and a half ago, maybe. It was insanity. Look at those fists. I can tell you caved a man's skull in with those. Look, I'm not going to get into details, but I may have killed a man with these bare hands before, all right? Dude's really saying that. I'm going to UFC 288 as well. I thought about going. But have a good time, man. That's awesome. Less than an hour drive. That's awesome. Do you think the UFC will return to Atlantic City? I doubt it. Last I heard, Atlantic City was dying. So I highly doubt it they will go back there. Can you make a couple grand from donations a month? If so, good for you. I personally haven't, but you definitely can. I mean, as the channel's gone, the donos have improved more and more. I'll tell you this. I make more from donations than I make from ad revenue. So, yeah, the ad revenue is shit. So, the best way to support donos, memberships. So, if you enjoyed the channel, that's the best way to support. Joey has bigger fists than Brock Lesnar. That is true. Would you do some sort of flight vlog if you went? Probably not, honestly. I wouldn't. I could never film myself out in public. Like I'm pretending this is my camera, but imagine my camera on some type of like tripod. Like, yeah, I'm about to walk into UFC 288, blah, blah, blah. Some guy just called me a cracker, and, you know, I don't think I could do it. I think it'd be fun to do it. I just don't think I'd be able to do it. It took all my power to be able to talk on camera in an empty room, let alone go out there. When I see someone filming themselves out in public, I immediately cringe so hard. It's the cringiest thing I've ever seen. But I bet you can get over it. You do it enough, you bet you get over it quick. If Cejudo Boston Crabs Aljo, does that make him the greatest combat athlete ever? That makes him the greatest sports athlete ever. So, the greatest sports athlete ever. If Tori did have a girlfriend, she's gone after seeing him get wild with the Joey Donuts. Yo, Johnny is so offended, dude. Yeah, just got a mic and camera, Joey, to start lives. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Best of luck. Do you have videos on your channel or no? Oh, I see you have some shorts. Why didn't you go? You should go live right now. I want to see you jump on camera. Go live right now. I'll tune in real quick. Would you rather see Edwards flying knee Colby or Sandhagen flying knee Merab? Edwards flying knee Colby. Just completely out of discussion. Were you always good at things like public speaking? I've always been a person that can talk to people. I don't necessarily like talking to people, but I've always been able to talk to people, talk in front of the public with ease. But like getting on camera and sitting in a room by yourself is the weirdest thing ever. It's like, you ever like leave a voicemail? I mean, not that anyone leaves voicemails, but sometimes you have to like leave a voicemail like a doctor's office or something, and then it goes beep, and you're like, oh shit, I don't even know what to say, and it feels awkward. It's 20 million times that to jump on camera in 4K and start recording yourself talking, giving out opinions without trying to sound dumb. So once you get over that mind hurdle, which I mean, I still feel weird sometimes recording videos, but like at this point I've done it so many times. But yeah, I've always been able to like talk to groups of people and interact with people in public and talk to strangers and talk in front of groups of people without feeling uncomfortable. So like I wasn't like terrified to get on camera. It just feels so weird at first. It feels so incredibly weird at first. Try it one day. Try it one day. I got Fries to try it one day. Try to record a video of himself. He was like, dude, it's so cringy. It's so cringy. But I don't know. You guys have to let me know now. How do the videos come off? Do the videos come off? Like, do I seem like I know what I'm doing? Do I seem like I got it down to an art? Or do I still seem like, oh, God, this guy's scared to talk in front of a camera? I can't give my analysis unbiasedly. I think I've gotten over it at this point. But if you watch some of my early videos, I'm like kind of scared a little bit. Who's your favorite NFL team? The Ravens. It's weird when nobody in front of you. Exactly. Exactly. I guess luckily for me, it would have been even weirder. It would have been even weirder if I wasn't able to just talk in general. It's just hard to get your thoughts. Like some people just aren't good at any type of discussion or putting thoughts together. And I guess since I'm at least halfway decent at that, I guess it helps. Videos are great. Thank you. I tell something you guys that stream do a good job. Thank you. You do good videos. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes you make weird faces. I mean, everyone's going to make weird faces when they're talking. When you're just staring at someone's face. Colby needs a nice humble headshot from Cleon. Yeah, for sure. What is the black curtain in the back covering a doorway without a door or a mini closet? Does it look like that? There's just a window back there. It's just a window. Like right, hold on, let me see if I can get it. Like right there to like there is a window. Something like that. It's a window back there. Now you seem fine. Take it from someone who has social anxiety who has to speak in front of crowds regularly. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Which fighter would give you the most problems stylistically? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea, dude. I can't even think like that. Do you like Lucas Tracy MMA? I haven't really watched too much of him. He seems like an alright dude. I know he's a bit like on the hot takes train type thing from what I've seen. But I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of MMA content in general. I've interacted with him a couple times. He seems alright, man. He supports my channel. He comments on it. So I wish him the best. And, he seems like he does alright from the little I've seen. Do you think Colby will ever drop the act? No. Yeah, I can talk on anything. That's awesome. I wouldn't listen if you weren't good at it. So honest. Yeah, that's also the thing. I'm not trying to censor what I'm saying and worry about what people are going to think. I'm just saying literally what I'm saying is what I think right now. So, yeah. Joey, I'm changing my pick now to Aljo. I just hate Henry that little much more. If I had to choose someone to win, probably Aljo. I want Aljo to win. I just think I think Aljo needs the grappling to win fights. Jones would give you the most problems? Yeah, for sure. Juliana Pena would give Joey the most problems? Yeah. I wouldn't know how to fight somebody with muscular dystrophy. What I don't understand is why no UFC YouTubers plan a WWE style beef with each other. That's a dumb idea. But I don't care what anyone else does. I don't care what anyone else says. They can talk shit. They can hate. Guess what? I'm enjoying my life. I'm living a good life. And I'm putting myself out here in the spare time. And building a channel here. So if anyone wants to hate what I have to say, that's fine. If anyone wants to hate on anything else, that's fine as well. It ain't going to bother me none. It ain't going to be nothing. There's nothing anybody can say to me that me and my friends probably haven't already said to each other 50 million times. So who knows? You never know. So you never know what beefs may be in the future. But you'll never see somebody really be able to pick apart an argument of mine. And if they're right, they're right. But if they're wrong, they're wrong. But I always try to have logical arguments where even if you disagree, you understand where I'm coming from. I feel as though Henry is a bad matchup for Aljo. Agreed. Bro, to see Colby just frozen, twitching on the canvas like Sterling would soothe me. It would be interesting for sure. I just don't like that he's getting an undeserved title shot and people are calling him a draw. So hopefully he doesn't. I would love to see Ngannou versus Colby. Who knows where Ngannou's fight next? You might see me fight Ngannou. I'd fight Ngannou probably for 100K. 100K, I'd fight Ngannou. Maybe 150, honestly. I don't know. 150. I had to be 150, 200. I at least want, some real good money. 100K is like, I don't know. That's like Juliana Pena money. I want like 200K to fight Ngannou. But yeah, I'd fight him. I'll fight him in PFL tomorrow. No training. I don't even need a training camp. If Aljo gets Pena to corner him Saturday, it's over for Henry. That is true. That is true. She's just a student of the game. Did you catch Eddie and Chad was a classic, I'm assuming? No, I did not. Henry is triple cringe anyway. Cejudo wins by first round KO. I doubt that. You would need to pay me at least $1 million to fight Pena? Yeah. I mean, that is true. You need at least $1 million. You're going to beat up someone with a physical disability. I need at least $1 million to beat up somebody with a physical disability. As long as they're signing on too. He ducked a call out. Who? It was the vernacular of any combat fight promotion. What did I say about Juliana Pena the other day? Everyone was dying about, and I said, damn, I just took it too far. Does anybody remember what that was? I can't remember. I don't remember. Ngannou versus Fury. I doubt that's going to happen, but maybe. What do you think is next for Yanez? I don't know. Maybe Ricky Simone. I think Ricky Simone makes sense now. Yanez versus Ricky Simone or Chris Gutierrez. I'd like Yanez versus Chris Gutierrez. You said something about cerebral palsy. I did, but I can't remember what it was. I'm trying to remember. What was the question? I'm trying to remember what the question was, but I can't remember what it was. Any disrespect towards Pena's striking is not okay. I wonder if her coaches like watch her hit the heavy bag and are like, yeah, this is damn good. Pena's hitting the heavy bag with her coaches. That looks better than what she throws. She's like, and like, yeah, Juliana. Damn, that's elite level striking right there. That's Adesanya level striking. And she's like, so I can't imagine like being Pena's striking coach. Imagine like you pop up in a documentary and underneath of it says your name, and then underneath of that it says like Juliana Pena's striking coach. You put that on your resume, you're not getting hired anywhere. Cejudo probably going to beat Aljo, then beat Volk and become C4. JK, yeah. You said if there's a way to purposely get cerebral palsy. What was the question, though? Do you remember what the question was? Because I don't remember. Like, what could that question have been to say that? You also said she's one of the very few to lose in a shadowboxing match. Who's the better striker, Juliana Pena or Ronda Rousey? Ronda Rousey. Oh, you were dying? Yeah, Juliana Pena, she fights as if she just disturbed a nest of wasp. And she's being swarmed by wasp. And she's like, she's trying to get the bees away from her face. That's how Juliana Pena strikes, but she also has some type of, degenerative muscle disorder on top of it. Even though I thoroughly dislike Usman, if he took the Shavkat matchup, I'm going to respect him for that. Me too. He's calling out Hamzat, though, because he knows Hamzat's moving up to middleweight. Joe, what would you do if Pena reached out to you and wanted to do an interview on the channel? I'd be like, nah, no thank you. No thank you. How would you game plan for William Knight, Coach Joe? Tell him he has to throw strikes. Oh, how would I game plan for him? I would just throw a couple strikes and I'd win by decision. Who's the better striker, Juliana Pena or Chase Hooper? Chase Hooper. Night all, almost 12:30 a.m. and I'm an old mom. Take care, Joey and everyone. Take care, Terry. Thank you for the $5 dono earlier. Imagine getting brutally KO'd by Pena. They showed Bryce Mitchell on the embedded due to such a hillbilly. His ice bath was low budget. You need to see him on the embedded to know that he's a low budget hillbilly. Okay. That's news to me, my friend. I know Bryce loves him some NASCAR. I know he loves him some NASCAR. That's for damn sure. Volk kills John Jones in featherweight because of the weight cut? Yeah. Amanda was buzzing the second fight. She sat in the pocket striking. Remember that instance where Juliana Pena like rushed forward and Amanda Nunes just backed up a little bit and just went bink and just dropped her right on her ass? Hilarious. Can Henry deal with Merab's pressure in 2023? I think so. I think Henry could be the guy to beat Merab. And I respect Henry for saying, look, if Aljo pulls out, I want Merab. What an interesting scenario that would be. The weight cut would kill John before the fight even happened. That's true. Imagine getting choked unconscious by a kickboxer. Oh, wait, that was Juliana Pena. Yeah. Yep, she got submitted by what's her name? Jermaine Durandamine. A.K.A. JDR. Guys, if you could do me a massive favor and you could run up the likes on this stream, I would greatly appreciate it. We got 76 people in the stream and we got 34 likes. So if you guys could scroll down, click the like button, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Hope it helps promote the channel and the algorithm. When we get to 10,000 subscribers, we're going to do like a 4-hour stream. So also when you scroll down, double check and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you have notifications on. When I hit 10K, we're going to do like a 4-hour stream, 4-hour stream. So also double check that for me and just make sure you are subscribed, because you may not be subscribed and you may think you're subscribed. So it would help the channel a lot if you could do those two things. And yeah, there you go. Joey, who would you pick between Merab and Aljo right now? Aljo subs Merab in training, but his cardio is sus. I don't know. I'd probably pick Aljo, but it's hard to say. Imagine Pena generally beats Nunes by vicious KO at 289. I'd throw up immediately. I'd throw up immediately. It would be horrific. Do you think Bryce tries to debate Rogan on Flat Earth Theory if he wins? I don't know, dude. Bryce is brain dead. I like Bryce, but he's brain dead. I just can't trust him to win any fights with his intelligence level. You know, honestly, I genuinely mean this. You know, I bet you his intelligence, if he took an IQ test, it would be extremely low. Extremely low. I actually have to scroll up to like it. Why is that? And just why is that? Cejudo might see Merab as an easier opponent than the Sugar Show. I think whoever wins this fight's fighting O'Malley next. If Henry destroys Aljo, Merab versus Henry would do money. Would do numbers. I don't know why I said money there. Yeah. You reckon Pereira's moving up now? Killed his name. Yeah, he's moving up. He's moving up. So, yeah, I mean, he'll be KOing someone, hopefully, at light heavyweight very, very soon. Bud Light, lug nuts, chewing tobacco, Dale Earnhardt, I love NASCAR, Daytona 500, propane accessory, Marlboro Red. Felipe Corrales is dead. Super unfortunate. Super unfortunate. R.I.P. Didn't he... What happened? He got hit by a bus or something? After being hit by a bus. That's devastating. Was hit by a bus Monday morning on his way back from training camp in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The MMA fighter was taken to the hospital, but died before getting there. How the hell did he get hit by a bus? I would actually like to know that answer. But it doesn't really matter. Dude's 29 years old. Lost his life. Lost his life too soon. Very, very disturbing. Very, very sad. Very, very unfortunate for him and his family. Every day you wake up. Every day you wake up and you take a breath. It's a good day to be alive, because some people don't. It's their last day. It is their last day. You never know. You never know. So, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And it's better to have tried and to have failed than to regret never trying at all. And I feel bad for him. I feel bad for his family. Every day, man. Every day. You never know when it's going to be your last. And everybody dies eventually. It's just a matter of how long until you get there. I feel horrible for him. 29 years old. That's horrific. That's horrific. 29 years old, hit by a bus. And, like, who knows how it happened, but it had to hurt. Even if it hurt for 2 seconds. But That's the way the world works. You can be doing everything right. And just like that, your life is snuffed out. A couple weeks ago in Maryland, some asshole on the highway was driving too fast. There's a section with jersey walls in the middle, sectioned off. They're doing construction on it. There's machinery in there. There's construction workers on there. There's not even a lot of traffic. There's a car in the fast lane here. This car goes really fast, tries to get over, and clips this car on its bumper, on the back end of its bumper, flips over, goes over the jersey wall, lands on a bunch of construction workers, and I think 6 of them died. They had all the safety precautions. They had concrete jersey walls up. They were all in a group doing whatever, talking, working, whatever it was. That dumbass car hit the other car because they wanted to get over too soon, and they just flipped right over that jersey wall and just crushed them and killed them. They were alive, doing their job. They woke up, they went to work to provide for their family, and like that, gone. Completely gone. And it's sad, and look what happened to this guy, Felipe. It's horrific. It's sad. It's depressing. You never know. You never know. One day you walk out the door, you may not be coming home. And you never know what day that's going to be. You never truly know what day that's going to be. And that's what makes life so terrifying, in a way. Because in a split second, it can all be taken. Would you rather watch Nunes or Joanne Calderwood as a main event? Nunes. Did he only fight a few months back? He fought in February at Aries FC 12. Gratitude. Joey is the new mythical YouTuber. I'm always grateful. RIP, RIP. Maybe similar to Matt Hughes getting hit by a train. Yeah. Could have died. Dude's life's changed forever, and Colby Covington made fun of him for it. Piece of shit. I'll never get over that. That's too far. You know, the same people crying about Israel Adesanya using the C word, they never said anything when Colby made fun of a man who had a traumatic brain injury because he got hit by a train, and his life is never the same. His movement's never the same. His speech is never the same. His interaction with his family is never the same. Those same people didn't care about that. They were like, oh, Colby's so funny. He. But they cry about the quote-unquote C word. That's unexpected. Damn, rip. Yeah, it's crazy for me. You're only 1 year older than Sean O'Malley. Okay. Can happen to anyone. Impatience is a killer. Life is a lottery, and we forget each day's a blessing. RIP, exactly. Preach, Joey. Thank God for every day, man, because we truly don't know when it could be tomorrow, next week, next month. You never know. Exactly. It really is. What did you say earlier, Jack? I read something in the chat earlier, and I forgot to read it because I read it myself. Yeah. Yeah, nah, Colby's awful for that. Yeah, so gross Colby did that. Yeah, exactly. The saddest part about the construction story is there's nothing left to show the families. Yeah, horrific. Closed caskets, gone. I think it was 6 of them. There was others that were injured. Just like that, gone. Life snuffed out. How did he get hit by a train anyway? I don't know. He doesn't remember. But to be honest, I almost got hit by a train one time in a car. I didn't realize there was the things never came down. I was driving. Whenever the railroad tracks, literally 10 seconds, within 10 seconds. Like I wasn't even completely gone yet. And there's a train just come flying down past there. And I was like, wait a second. There was no lights. There was no thing. Could be a malfunction. He could have not been paying attention. It could have been somewhere rural where there wasn't a lot of safety precautions there. But yeah. Yeah, Matt is forked up. I watched the video. I mean, he's getting better, but still. Colby also said Usman's coach could be watching their fight from hell. What a piece of shit. Yeah, that is true. Did you or do you ever get nervous for live streams? You're killing it, man. I've been tuning in every night for the past couple weeks. Appreciate you, J-Dub. Nervous for live. I don't know how to describe it. to be honest. It just feels extremely weird that people are watching me right now. There's people watching this live in their homes, on their phones, on their iPads, on their TVs, on their desktops, on their Nintendo DS, on their flip phones. It's completely bizarre to me. It feels weird to me. It makes me feel uncomfortable. It did. Not really anymore. It still feels weird. But I wouldn't say I ever got nervous, like scared or anything. But it's just like, oh, you know, how do people can hear me talk and hear my opinions, and what if I don't know how to put a coherent thought and intelligent, easy to understand thought together? But I guess I do if you guys keep coming back. You know, it must be somewhat enjoyable to listen to. I don't know. I can't. It's not like I go back and listen to my live stream, so I don't know if they're good or bad or terrible, or how would I feel about them if I was a third party who had no connection to myself. But, I mean, it must be all right. At least some people are coming back and watching. But I don't know. To be honest, I could have the worst live streams ever. And I wouldn't even know, because for me, I can't be a judge of it. You know, I do the best I can, but I can't be an unbiased judge of it. And I think they're all right. You know, I try to do the best. I try to answer most people. I try to give well thought out answers and be honest. But I don't know. You guys have to tell me, how are the live streams? But appreciate you saying I'm killing it and that you've been tuning in, so I must be doing something right. I'm watching this through a potato. Appreciate it. Appreciate you watching on your potato. Talking about people who pass is just crazy. It's not even funny. It's just distasteful. Colby's a bad place when he passes. Yeah, it's messed up. It's really messed up. Yeah, Colby sold his soul. It's crazy how Colby fans defend his actions about Matt Hughes because of Matt having a record. Disgusting, and I hope he gets humbled. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they were defending it with, but there's no way to defend that. Joe, you ever feel like you're talking to yourself? Kinda. I'm just sitting in a room by myself right now. Think about that. There's nobody in this room but me right now. And I'm just talking to some random chat that of people I've never met. I don't know. I mean, I kind of know some of you guys, but not really. And it's just weird. Do you guys feel like you know me? Is there anyone in the chat that they feel like they know me? Because at least you guys see me, hear me, interact with me for hours on end. But like, I just see your guys' messages. It's impossible to know like what you're like. So it's I don't know. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. I know you guys know I like bottles of water. Yeah, me and Joey go way, way back. You mean the world to me? Appreciate it. I always forget how Joey just looks at a black dot and talks to us. It's weird. I'm just looking at a computer screen. I'm just looking at a computer screen, talking to a bunch of clowns. Can't wait to get a second monitor. We know all about you now. Joey, I was making food, but when someone commented, you shove words in my mouth, and you replied with, I ain't shoving words in your mouth, I'll shove something else in your mouth. I started crying. Hey, Jack, I'm glad you laugh at least a couple times per stream. I'm happy that you do that. So, yeah, and he disappeared after I shoved that something else in his mouth. Dude, some people, when they just don't like what you have to say, they listen and hear what they want to hear. They don't actually listen to comprehend. And that's what he was doing. Met Joey at the Daytona 500. Yeah, me and Andy were at Daytona 500. And we were just having a ball. We were wearing our Dale Earnhardt hats. We were wearing them really small, so they like sit on the top of our head rather than around our head. And we were screaming, yeah, make that left-hand turn. Hell yeah, brother. Left-hand turn, brother. Hell yeah. Damn, this Marlboro really hit the spot. Damn, this Marlboro really hit the spot. Rule of thumb, avoid eating and drinking while listening. If I'm really making you guys laugh so hard you're spitting out water and choking on food, then I'm doing a damn good job. I'm doing a damn good job. Funny thing is that dude is still in the stream. Is he? Oh, he's definitely listening. He's just listening right now. And he's just seething. He's like, damn you, John O, for sending that $10 donation earlier. He's just seething right now. Like, oh, that gives me pure joy. Look, one of my favorite things and one of my hidden talents, which isn't so hidden anymore, and I've been this way my entire life, I'm really good at finding what pisses people off and just chip away at it and just chip away at it. Like, if you're sensitive at all, I'm like a shark that smells blood in the water. And I'm just there, just chipping away at it, just pissing you off left and right. And it's funny, sometimes I can tell that from people in the chat. And I can really get at them. That's what kind of started the Sean O'Malley joke. I just really enjoyed pissing off the Sean O'Malley cult. And it's not a joke. Everything is truthful. But just throwing that in there every time, that little barb, they're just, oh, I'm enjoying this video. Sean O'Malley stretched it out of the cage, no serious injury. And they're like, what if I ever catch him at the Daytona 500, I'm going to really pop him one. I'm going to steal his Marlboros. Yeah, I remember Joey from 1820s, yeah. That is true. Yeah, I met Joey at a Flat Earth convention. Yeah. Yep. That is very true. I'd be curious what other people are doing for a living that tune in every night and where they're from. All right, guys. If you don't have to, you can put one, you can put both, you can put none. Put in the chat, where are you from and what do you do for a living? Okay, if you want to answer. If you just want to answer one, that's fine. If you don't want to answer either, that's fine. But if you don't care, put where you're from and what you do for a living. So I would greatly appreciate it. What's your ethnicity? I don't really know. I'm like mixed with a bunch of stuff. But I don't really know exactly. So I can't really say for sure. I'm sure I've heard before. I definitely got some Italian. But I don't know everything that I have in me. Pause. Joey, how's your night going? My night is going great, Derek. My night is going great, Derek. Hope you're doing well, Derek. If you can tag people, they're still here. Okay. Joey, offline, you look a bit like ex-footballer from England called Neil Ray. I have a feeling this is going to be some kind of cruel joke. Cruel joke. Let's take a look. Okay. Okay. It's like an old guy, but all right. Or maybe it's this guy, actually. Oh, okay. So this is him when he's old, but I'm looking at a picture from when he was young. I see. You're from Dallas, Texas, and you're Juliana Pena's striking coach? You should be thrown in prison. I'm from Hawaii, and I grow medical cannabis. Cool. Florida, and I live in the gym. Cali, and pleasure and gross. Dude, pause. I'm from Alabama, and I drive NASCAR for a living. Fair enough. Sophomore in high school. Joey, the other night I watched a movie about a fast snail who won the Indy 500. It was inspiring. The movie was turbo. I'm happy. Long Beach, California, and I'm a scout for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Are you serious? That's pretty cool. From NYC, the Heights, I sell real estate. That's awesome. I don't know who's being serious and who's not. You know, I can obviously tell the ones that are joking. But that is interesting to find out what people actually do. Arizona golf coach. You're really a golf coach? One day I'm gonna have to. You're gonna have to teach me how to play golf. I'm from Washington State and I'm Cyril Gahn's wrestling coach. Now I'm dead serious. That's pretty cool, dude. How is that? How is that job? Is that like fun? Is it really hard? I know it's got to be hard, but like, how is it? Midlands, England, Irish family, and a plaster. Do places still use plaster? You know, like in the majority of uses? I feel like plaster is outdated. But that's pretty crazy. That's interesting. Med student from India. I'm from Cali and Derek Brunson's strength and conditioning coach. I thought you're from Cali and you coach Derek Brunson's chin. Juliana Pena's striking coach must be broke. Arizona boring software engineer stuff, but I'm also a photographer. That's pretty cool. It's great, man. I travel a lot. Ton of hotel nights away from my wife and daughter, 8 years strongs. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Dude, that's an awesome job. That's the most interesting job we've seen so far. Toronto, and you're a musician. That's pretty cool. Lawyer from India. That's awesome, dude. I'm from San Antonio, Texas, and I deliver donuts to the gas station. That's interesting. That's interesting. Is it like for a specific company? Most of my apartment buildings here, I know NYC get plastered, especially pre-words. I don't know what that means. It's great, man. A lot of travel. That's crazy. I wouldn't even know. How do you even become? I want to become a scout. Orange County, California, and I run the marketing unit of a tech startup. That's pretty interesting. We got a lot of interesting occupations in the chat. Homer Glen, Illinois, and I test to see if the bounty is truly the real quicker picker upper. Did you just make that up? You're from PA, and what a coincidence. I drive for NASCAR as well. So a lot of you guys just make left-hand turns for a living. I'm a cracker from Vancouver, British Columbia, and I work as a marine electrician. Bro, that's funny as hell. That's actually funny as hell. Australia Airport Operations Manager. That's crazy. That's awesome, dude. Northern Chicago suburb office, work from home in my garage workstation, mechanical claims adjuster, taking estimates, blue corner. What's blue corner mean? What does blue corner mean? But that's pretty crazy. Mechanical claims adjuster, taking estimates. So like mechanical claims is in vehicles, or all types of motor, whatever you want to call it. What percentage of your viewers are from India? I have no clue, my friend. It's probably not a high percentage, but it's probably not like a super low percentage, I would say. But it's hard to say. Let me see if I can take a look real quick. Audience, maybe? There's a way to look, but I don't remember. See more? Okay, from the last 28 days, 1.5% of my viewers are from India. Let's see from 2023 in general. 1.8% are from India. Let's see lifetime. Lifetime, 2.2% of my viewers are from India. United States is 49% of my viewers. United Kingdom is 6.3% of my viewers. Canada is 5.8% of my viewers. Australia is 2.8%. India is 2.2%. Russia is 1.5%. Brazil is 1.4%. Indonesia is 1.4%. South Africa is 1.1%. Philippines is 1.1%. And it goes on with a bunch of lists at like 0.1. We got Finland, Denmark, Ecuador, Vietnam, Morocco, Nepal, Hungary, Portugal, Norway. Yeah, the list goes on with like 0.1%. Marine electrician here in northern Canada. That's pretty cool. So it looks like we got multiple marine electricians. Juliana Pena teaching Belal how to strike. Somebody said that. Who told me that? From North Carolina, and I hold and organize flat earth conventions. That makes sense. Getting the word out is the best thing to do. Belal was training with Pena. I'm going for Burns now. That's the end of Belal then. Yeah, dude. If he's training with Juliana Pena. Ooh. So Canada's number 3. If that's what I read, then yes. Joey's Mr. Worldwide. Okay. Ooh, India shoutouts. Thoughts on Lucas Tracy? Seems like an alright guy. I don't really have too many thoughts on him. I wish him the greatest success he could ever imagine. And he watches some of my videos, so I appreciate the support. But I'm just not a big YouTube content watching guy. USA, you should make a video with him. Maybe. I don't know, man. I'm not big. I'm just trying to grow my channel right now. And I'm not worried about like jumping on and collabing with a bunch of people and trying to like leech off others or, you know, just stuff like that. But maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I'll never say never to anything, but I'm just kind of doing my own thing. And I'm never reaching out to anyone to collab, all right? It's just not my style. If people reach out to me, I'll consider it, but I don't know. I'm just a person that doesn't like to ask people for anything in general. Not that that's necessarily asking for anything, but that's just like a background of myself. And I just don't have it in me to reach out to someone like, hey, you really want to do something? So that's very rarely going to happen on the channel ever. I just moved to ZA and now I'm a professor. That's pretty cool. That's a lie. He isn't. What? I'm from Ohio and I'm a nose surgeon who is responsible for Dricus du Plessis' success. That is great. Now, realistically, Joey, I help the kids Muay Thai class twice a week and make about 40 a week. That's pretty interesting. Can you logically pick Belal to win? My prediction will be out tomorrow. It's actually uploaded on the channel as we speak. So, it'll be out tomorrow. It'll be released tomorrow. You're from Ohio and you turn left for a living? Yeah. That's a damn good job. Amanda says she won't retire after beating Juliana Pena, but I don't think anyone's got anything for her. It'll be the winner of Raquel Pennington versus Irene Aldana. Could you crack Cody's no chin, Garbrandt chin? I think anyone could. If Aldana starches Pennington, I think she could beat Nunes. Maybe. Could you beat James Vick in a power slap competition? James Vick? The chinless James Vick? Yes, that'd be a slaughter. What is the best fight of the year so far? I don't know. I'll be checking out the prediction you made today. So much pleasure tonight. It's fantastic. How long does it take you to render your videos? I bought a $5,000 computer in December. And it used to take me an hour to render in 4K. And now it takes like less than 5 minutes, depending on how many graphics are in it, to render full 4K. Like a 20-minute 4K video used to take me about an hour to render. But then my new computer, it takes less than 5 minutes. About 20 minutes. Even less than 5 minutes, really. It's like 3 minutes. So I really needed the extra time. That's why I bought the computer. It was just costing me too much time sitting here waiting for it to render. I wouldn't sit here wait for it to render. But I'd go do something else, have to come by, upload it, make everything. And it was just like pissing me off. Wasting time where I was like waiting for it to finish up. Waiting an hour. And so, yeah. I had a dream where Belal doesn't win in an alternate universe or timeline. Belal may very well win. Volk versus Islam? Yeah, probably Volk versus Islam. You're a New York Wingstop owner? Well, shame on you. Shame on you. Joe, I've been trying to fix my sleep and was lying in the dark for like 3 hours. I was trying so hard not to look at my phone or turn on my TV. You know what's funny? Were you here for the beginning of the stream? I talked about that myself. If you guys notice, I'm not dead tired for like the first time ever tonight. And it's because last night I went to bed. I fell asleep about 11 o'clock on my sofa. I woke up about like 12-ish. Went upstairs. I was going to do videos. But then I said, you know what? I'm going to go to bed. And I went and laid in bed. And even though I didn't sleep, I just closed my eyes and I laid there. And finally about 3 a.m., I went to sleep. But still, I was resting that whole time. And then I woke up this morning. I felt pretty good this morning. And then about 4 p.m. when I got home, I took like an hour nap. 4:30, somewhere around there. I took like an hour nap, hour and a half nap. And damn, did that nap feel good. I needed to make videos, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this nap. I'm going to get refreshed. And I'm going to just bang out some videos later tonight. And I might do a stream if I get them done early. As soon as I woke up from the nap, I took a shower. Started watching fight tape. Got all my graphics together. And then banged out 2 videos in a row. And then I jumped on stream. Believe it or not, guys, I don't know if you guys want to believe this or not. You guys can call me a liar. Every single week I spend at least 40 hours on this channel. I would say sometimes more. Sometimes 50, 60 hours on the channel. uh, which is just absolute craziness. But I'm addicted to just talking about MMA and building the channel, and I can't wait to hit 10K, and I can't wait to hit 50K, and I can't wait to hit 100K and get that plaque on the wall. And when I'm determined to do something, I just have to do it. You know what I mean? I just have to do it. And I'm just a person that's just relentless. I'm like morale. I'm like, oh, gotta make these videos. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm too tired. That's the only thing that sucks is like if I'm too tired, I can't make videos because the quality won't be up to what I want it to be. Because your mind's clouded when you're tired. And even though I'm always tired, like in the last like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I've been like crazy tired. I haven't been sleeping at all. And I finally kind of got back to, I want to say 100%, but probably like 99% in the last 24 hours. And it feels so good right now. And we're an hour and 35 minutes in. It's breezed by in a heartbeat, you know? It's breezed by in a heartbeat because guess what? It's 1 a.m., but I'll be damned if I'm tired. I'll be damned if I'm tired. Hell no. I slept for an hour and a half earlier. Look, I don't know if you guys were here from my live chat from a couple weeks ago when I was dead tired, exhausted. After that stream, I had to go somewhere. But I had a little bit of time. I ended it just in time. I took a 5-minute nap after that stream, immediately afterwards. I went from right in here. My room's next door over here. I walked in my room. I laid down in my bed. I took a 5-minute nap. I went out. I did what I had to do. I came back 3 hours later. I jumped on stream again, and I was wide awake. I was still a little bit tired, but I was basically wide awake. From that, I'm like a nap maniac. Like if I take like a quick 10-minute nap, 45-minute nap, I'm just good to go. But an hour and a half, you give me an hour and a half's like my night of sleep, okay? So, yeah. So hour and a half earlier, I'm good. So, but I'm trying to adjust where I can sleep a little bit better and work on videos a little bit earlier. And I'm gonna get on that soon. You know, I'm gonna get on that very, very soon. Nah, I wasn't here. I got 30 minutes in. Okay, this is a great stream, by the way. If you guys didn't watch this entire stream, make sure you go back and watch the entire thing. Just tuning in now for some late night pleasure. I will have to go back and rewatch. The gift that keeps on giving. Just pleasure, 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 pleasure. From one grown man to the next. Pleasure Central. 2 hours of pleasure. 2 hours of pleasure for dozens of grown men. You can't beat that. But what's going on, Jackson? Hope you're doing well, my friend. I have a unit on Burns. Might add more if this line gets better. Okay. I just made a new ranch recipe. That's pretty cool. I always midday nap, refresh, spritz cucumber water. Okay. All right. Great 4K quality. It really brings out your magnificent hairline. Keep up the great pleasure. Dude, I got a damn good hairline. Thank you for noticing, bro. Thank you for noticing. I could have that. I'm glad I don't got that Dominic Reyes, John. Look, that's Dominic Reyes' hairline right there. Look, that's it right there. Yeah, that's Dominic Reyes' hairline right there. Forget about all this over here. Hold on. Forget about that. That's Dominic Reyes' hairline. Okay, hold on. There it goes. That's Dominic Reyes right there. But yeah, 4K quality. One thing I can say, and it is bulletproof. Best MMA YouTube video quality. Period. Period. And that's one thing I wanted when I started this channel. Some of my first videos are in 4K. That's one thing I wanted when I started this channel. Best video quality, best audio quality. And I hope you guys are just enjoying the 4K pleasure. I know the streams aren't as good because, you know, for whatever reason, obviously you're streaming live. The quality gets degraded a little bit. And also, if you want it less latency, it degrades the quality a little bit. And I have low latency on. So it degrades it a little bit, but it's still damn good. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. It looks pretty damn good if you ask me. So, who actually watches in 4K? Put in the chat right now, do you watch the videos in 4K? I want to know. I would like to know. Who watches the videos actually in 4K quality? Because damn, does it look good. Damn, does it look good. Occasionally, I'll pull up one of my videos on my 77-inch OLED. And oh my God, if you got an OLED TV, you got to pull up one of my videos on it. So, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I look more true to real life in 4K than I look if you saw me in person. I don't know how that makes sense, but it makes sense. I lowered it to 144p. I think it makes you look better. Thank you. I think your mother would disagree. MMA Joey 10/8, Dominic Reyes' hairline. Fair enough. 4K all night long, all night long. I don't stop watching in 4K. Keep it coming. MMA Joey 4K by night, train by day, or whatever the hell Nick Diaz says. We watch your vids on 75-inch 4K in our bedroom. Ooh, laying in bed watching the videos. All right, here's another question for you guys. Where are you watching this stream right now? What type of device are you watching this stream on right now? 4K pure golden? Yeah, I feel like YouTube should give me a boost in the algorithm for being in 4K. There's not another MMA channel. If there's another MMA channel with as good a video quality as I have, I'll be damned. You're watching me on your gaming PC? That's pretty cool. That's crazy you're watching me on the 75-inch. Five-year-old iPad? Hey, everything that counts. I'm watching you on a PC dual monitor setup in my dining room in 4K. Hell yeah, brother. Well, the stream's only in 1080p, but I get your point. I get your point. 6-year-old Acer laptop. 1440p computer monitor. Still looks good. 32-inch. That's awesome. Neil, you're watching me on Neil Magny's forehead? Well, there's plenty of room for videos. There's no hair there. I watch you on my MacBook Pro on my nightstand. I turn off the screen and listen, and once it's over, I close it and go to bed. Hey, man, that sounds awfully intimate. That sounds awfully intimate. Trust me, Joey, I've never edited or made content, but once you get the dual monitor set up, editing videos is going to make it so much easier to record and all of that. We'll see. I don't know about all that, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Slow pleasure is the best pleasure. Yeah. Yep. The real question is, who is laying in bed right now? What? Hold on. Let me rephrase the question. What are you doing right now? Be very specific as you're watching this stream. Are you laying in bed? Are you sitting in a chair? Are you taking a shower? I know some people like to shower while they watch the streams. What are you doing right now while you watch this stream? And if anybody's watching this stream when it's not live after it's already been out, comment down below and let me know as well. I'm curious. What are you doing right now as you listen to this stream and get your pleasure at 1 a.m. Eastern time? Dude said bubble bath. Push-ups. I'm laying in bed hugging my squishmallow. Sitting down at a 90-degree angle with my pants off. Okay. Playing UFC 4. You're showering. Live and learn is showering. Okay. I wonder if that's true. I'm just laughing at the dudes taking a bubble bath. Playing World of Warcraft. Your voice gives me bedtime pleasure. Awesome. Awesome. Who wins, Prime Connor or Prime Volk? Prime Volk all day. Walking your dog. That's pretty interesting. I'm doing some homework on my desk. Sitting in front of my work computer while answering work emails. Joe, you know I like to get my pleasure while I paint. Yeah, you just getting you're getting this intense pleasure while you paint. You're painting the canvas right now. How much of the time that you're painting are you listening to these streams is really what I need to know. Like, would you say 100% of the time that you're watching the streams is what I mean? When you are watching the streams, are you always painting pretty much? On my MacBook playing online poker, Tory 8K left out of 12K. That's crazy, dude. I'm watching replays of the Daytona 500. Joey, do you have a shower rubber ducky? Is that even a question? He's wearing a Venom gear. Black and gold befitting a champion. Just got done inhaling some ice cream MacBook, yo. Joey, did you see my comment on your Nate Diaz video when I said shades of John Jones, Lyoto Machida? Yes, I did. I forgot about it, though. I meant to respond to it. I didn't, I guess. You're waxing your eyebrows? That's pretty cool. It's crazy that you guys tune in for this. Almost 100%. Sometimes I have you on while I'm making a dinner or doing chores, but usually painting. That's pretty crazy. A man of culture. A man of culture painting masterpieces while just being pleasured by another grown man. I'm gonna start taking a cut of those paintings. You know, I'm basically helping produce them. Okay. But that's crazy. Tell us what you're doing. I'm sitting in a Herman Miller chair, speaking into a Shure SM7B microphone, being recorded by a Sony A6400 camera with a Sigma 1.4 lens, and putting all that into a nasty, beautiful PC custom built with 64 gigabytes of RAM, a 4090s graphics card, a i9-13900 processor with 4 terabytes of NVMe storage, and it's just an absolute beauty. And I'm speaking into the microphone to a bunch of clowns on stream. Leave vacuum in the driveway crevices. Are you really? Are you really? Is that true? Getting a Brazilian booty lift to increase the pleasure capacity? Yeah, pause. Pause. Yeah, but that's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm doing. And I'm just talking about MMA and living life. Living life to the fullest. I'm hoping tomorrow, I'm hoping to go play some disc golf. And, yeah. And I'm going to have some fun tomorrow. And maybe stream tomorrow. I'm going to do another prediction tomorrow, then maybe jump on stream afterwards. I like to stream as much as possible, especially during fight weeks. And then maybe I might go watch Juliana Pena strike for a little bit. Before I jumped on stream, I recorded 2 videos, and I also cleaned my entire desk. My desk is pretty clean. I like to dust at least like 3 times a week. And my fiance was just slacking, so I might have to divorce her. And I mean, there wasn't much dust, but I like I don't like any dust. I got an air purifier sitting over here off to the side. I got like a 5,000 square foot air purifier in my office, which is nowhere near that. And just sucking in dust 24/7. So I'm always using my microfiber towels I have over here. Look. My microfiber towels I have right here. I keep in a bag right here. Because I'm like a clean freak. I got my end dust right here. Right? And then I also got this weapon. My fiance got me this. This bad boy. Oh, it don't have the tip on it. Pause. This bad boy blows out compressed air, but I can just charge it. I don't need to buy like cans of compressed air. So, boom. My fiance got me this as a gift. I don't remember when. But I don't like to have any dust. Like I have these bright lights on. If I see any dust like floating in the air, it starts pissing me off. So I like dust everything and constantly. And then also when you're talking, naturally some spit flies towards the monitor. I try to clean my monitor pretty regularly. I like everything nice and clean. I can't sit here if I had a dirty desk. I can't do it. So, Joey, hold up. His end dust spray is a gem and a fire profile pic. Yeah. Put the tip in, Joey? I will. Can you do a video of acknowledging Dricus Duplessis' GOAT status? I'll get on it. Pause. Do you use different discs for different distances? I don't know why I butchered reading that. I sound like illiterate. Do you use different discs for different distances? And I messed it up again. My friend plays and he says for long range he likes to use floppy disk. Yes, you use different discs for different ranges. it's like golf clubs. You have putters, you have mid ranges. Well, I know this isn't what golf clubs are named, but you have different golf clubs for different things. You have putters, you have mid ranges, you have fairway drivers, you have distance drivers, and there might be other ones, but they're the main ones. And depending on the distance you need to throw, you want to throw a different disc, depending. Like, there's a lot to it. I don't know it all. I've only been playing for like 4 months. But there's understable and there's overstable. Overstable will always fade left. Always fade left at the end. Understable, depending on how you throw it. But unless you throw it at incredibly low speed, it will go right. It will go right. And if you put it on depending on the angle you throw the disc, upwards, if you angle it upwards, I think it's Anheuser. You angle it downward, that's Heiser. And then you can obviously throw it flat. So if you use an understable disc and you angle it up a little bit and you throw it, it'll go right. And overstable, if you throw it on that same angle, it'll start right and then fade left. And there's levels of overstable. So I carry about like 15 discs. I would say I predominantly use like 6, But then you have your putters. And if you get within like 50 feet, 75 feet, you typically use your putter. Sometimes I'll mix in and use other things. But they fly predominantly straight. They're like neutral, and they don't really fade left or right. There's a million different putters, and there's a million different variations of every single disc. But I have a backpack that I carry about 15 discs in. So there you go. I hope that explained it all. But I like using overstable discs, especially when the basket's up to the left. And then obviously understable, you throw to the right. But that's my best shot, is the understable to the right. I'm pretty good at that. Bro, you're going to get sued for putting that stuff on the air? What stuff? Get that dirty D. Okay. Joey, I'm doing a plunder squad glitch in COD. Okay. Joe, do you watch disc golf tutorials on YouTube, or is this just knowledge you've gathered over the past couple months? A little bit of both. Mainly knowledge that I've gathered, but I've watched a decent amount of tutorials. It's much harder than it looks. When I first started throwing, the first day I played, I threw about 50 feet. Maybe 75 feet. Now I can throw consistently like 280, but I can get over 300 sometimes. It's much harder than it looks. And then each disc flies a little bit different. Like, you can have 2 overstable discs. Every disc comes with 4 numbers on it. And I forgot what the 4 numbers stand for. There's glide, there's turn, there's fade, and there's something else. 4 numbers on disc meaning. Speed, glide, turn, and fade. And based on those numbers is you can kind of guess how it's going to fly. But the way you throw them, like if you throw an overstable disc and you throw it like this, it's going to go left quick. But if you throw an overstable disc flat, what it's going to do is go straight. Depending on the variables, the flight characteristics, it's going to go straight. And then when it starts to slow down, it's going to fade left. If that makes sense. But yeah, it's fun as hell, but when you first start playing, it's very tough. But also, you can start off with, like, if anybody ever wants to play, you can start off with like buying like 2 or 3 discs. You can buy like a putter, a mid-range, and like a fairway driver. Because starting off, you don't want any like heavily overstable discs, because you're just going to throw them. They're going to slow down immediately. 10 foot in front of you, they're going to fade left, which you don't want. So you start off with mid-ranges. You can throw them further. People, for some reason, just always want to throw the distance drivers because they think they're going to get the most distance. But if you can't throw it right, it's not going to go far. And it's going to fade in totally random direction. But, yeah. I hope that makes sense. How come you bashed Holly Holmes for saying save the kids? Nobody bashed Holly Holmes for saying save the kids. Fuck off, dude. Nobody said that. I'm so tired of hearing that from idiots. So, go to hell, dude. Yeah, that's interesting. 50 Disc, I had no idea you carry that many. Yep. I would say I predominantly use about 6 in a game, but I carry those, and there's certain situations where you might want to use other ones. My disc golf would look like Juliana Pena striking. You'll never see me on a disc golf course. Dude, you ought to try it. You're young. You can figure it out. It's fun as hell. I'm basically addicted to it at this point. It's so much fun to play. And everyone that plays is usually pretty cool. I have a couple buddies that play. My buddy that got me into it. And we always go and we have a good time. You're basically hiking through the wood throwing discs. I mean, it's fun as hell. I just enjoy being outdoors and hiking through the woods, so that's what kind of got me playing. Y'all better watch out. I'm eating my fruits and veggies to get big and strong. About time. About time you did. Yeah, Joe, you always bashing Holly. Yeah, Holly's an absolute bum. She's gotten 1 million title shots, and she has a horrible fight style that I do not enjoy watching. And she also does cringy post-fight interviews. And she's also old as dog shit. So, there you go. Apparently, you said it, dude. Shut up. Apparently, I'll say what I want, and you'll do nothing. You'll do nothing. The Holly Holm thing was basically your biggest controversy. I don't care. I stand by everything I said. And if people want to warp it and change it into something else, those people are that's just the type of people they are. They like to twist people's stuff. I don't care. I stand behind everything I said. And I couldn't be more pleased with the way I've always spoke my opinion on this channel. And anyone trying to warp certain things into saying this or that, and he said this and he said that, they're just being disingenuous. They're not attempting to have some type of good faith argument. They're not attempting to have a legitimate discussion. They're just clowns. They're losers. Usually, they have no lives. They have no friends. I feel bad for them. I genuinely would befriend them if I met them in real life. But that's just the way people are. And it's sad. So, but if that's my biggest controversy, I don't care. I will not care about one single controversy ever. I'll say whatever I believe at any point in time in this channel, on this channel, not in this channel. And, yeah, I don't care. I don't care what anyone thinks. I'm just going to give my opinion. I'm not going to make up opinions to appease you guys. So, there you go. Stand behind it, Joey. I will. I'd like to take a moment to apologize to absolutely nobody. Exactly. How are you going to come in here and accuse Joey of saying something and not even know what he said? Exactly. Look, guys, I will never, ever, you will never see me in 1,000,000 years. Doesn't matter if this channel has 5 subscribers or 100 million subscribers or 50,000 subscribers. You will never see me hide from an opinion, okay? Never, ever, 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 ever. There's not a single person on this earth that I'm worried about. Oh, Joey's opinion is this and Joey's opinion is that. I don't care. I don't care. I would not be able to sleep at night if I didn't give you my honest thoughts. Like if I lied to you because I thought it would get me more subscribers or make me more popular, or I acted like a character that I truly was not just to get clout of some sort, I literally wouldn't be able to go to sleep at night, which I can anyway, but you get my point. So you'll never see me sit here and say, oh my God, somebody's criticizing me. Oh my God, I'm so scared. No, I don't care. I always stand behind what I say. Most of my opinions, if not all of them, are backed by logic. And if you really actually dissect them in a manner where you're not trying to be disingenuous, you'll understand. Joe, I don't really know what, but just came back kind of hard to argue with you in good faith because you insult from the get-go the majority of the time. Not if it's a legitimate argument. Not if it's a legitimate argument. The MMA Joey does whatever the fuck he wants. Exactly. Golf, Joey, you'd like it. Great for mental health and switching off from issues. I'm going to try golf eventually. It's just I don't have any time right now to try it. But I'd like to play one of these days. I'm still a big Holly fan, and I'm not offended about anything said on here. So the end. There you go, John L. Holly Holm fan. Holly Holm fan. I didn't know those existed. I really didn't know those existed. So, have you heard the rumors about some broad Nina giving John Jones? No, I did not. I did not hear that. Nobody. Dude, I'm done. We got the biggest. There's always the biggest crybabies. How could you be a Holly Holm fan? She just clinches. I don't know. I didn't know there was Holly Holm fans, to be honest. I mean, the Ketlin Vieira fight, horrible. Even her most recent fight that she won, it was horrible. And then her post-fight interview was cringy as hell. Thank you, me and my family and my coaches. Yeah, let's give it up for them. Crickets. Dead silence. Yeah. The thing is, Holly put no context behind what she said. Yeah, I could only guess. Maybe I shouldn't have guessed on stream. She was speaking about something going on in the church. But that's the first thing that comes to mind when I hear stuff like that. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. Holly humbling Ronda was one of the greatest moments in women's MMA history. I will agree to that. Is it just me, or is Holly Holm always pulling some type of Josh Parisian? I don't know. I haven't noticed that. I haven't noticed that. Some Josh Parisian action. And look, to be honest, what I will say, and I hate to even give this too much attention, if you are ever so offended by what I say that you feel the need to cry about it, even if you haven't even heard it, but you supposedly heard it, nobody's holding you hot. Is anybody putting a gun to your head and making you watch this stream? Is anybody holding a gun to your head and making you watch these videos? Don't watch them. Don't support it. I'll pull a Dana White. You don't like it? Don't watch. Look, I'm not a slave to anybody. There's nobody on this channel that owns me, okay? There's nobody that owns me. If you don't enjoy it, if you don't want to watch it, if you don't enjoy what I have to say, then go somewhere else. There's plenty of other MMA content creators. Guess what? I'm not one of these people that's just like, oh my God, I need every single person to stay and enjoy the content. Please, please stay. Nah, go watch somewhere else. Where do you think Ngannou ends up? I think Ngannou ends up at PFL, 100%. I think Ngannou ends up in PFL. I don't hope Ngannou ends up in PFL. I think he will. I think it's pretty much confirmed he will be at PFL. You know? I'm a slave to this pleasure. I'm glad. I'm just happy the people who are watching this later are like, what's going on here? But yeah, nobody's truly being held hostage here. Holly Holm learned how to fire up a crowd from Jessica Eye. Yes, she did. Honestly, after Holly Holm's performance against Ketlin Vieira, she's lucky she ain't fighting at PFL herself. I mean, that Ketlin Vieira fight was horrible. I'm glad she lost, but she should have won. How many title shots has she gotten at this point? So she got the Ronda Rousey shot. Then she got the Germaine Durandamine shot. Then she got the Chris Cyborg shot. Then she got the Amanda Nunes shot. So she got 4 title shots. That's crazy. That is crazy. 4 title shots. Holly Holm's the queen of undeserved title shots as well, while we're on the topic. She deserved the first one. But then it was like 1 win, title shot, 2 losses, title shot. My ear's itching. But yeah, guys, we made it past the 2-hour mark. If Coach would have put me in 4th quarter, we would have took states. No doubt in my mind. Dude, I swear, Steve Miocic is the definition of that at this point. Coach would have put me in 4th quarter, we would have took states. Who saw that Uncle Rico reference? I threw a picture of Uncle Rico in one of the recent videos. Do you think Conor's waiting out his contract? Have a theory that today it will be 5 years since he signed his last one? I have no idea. I don't think so, but I have no idea what's going on. All I know is if Coach would have put me in fourth quarter, we definitely would have took States. Only Ellen is Holmes fans because it got her views when Ronda cried on her show. Ronda got KO'd and then never spoke to the media again. Basically, only softball interviews. Only softball interviews with like Ellen DeGeneres. Uncle Rico is the man. Yeah, Uncle Rico. How much you want to bet I could throw a pigskin over that mountain? I swear, when Kip is pulling Napoleon on the rollerblades, and Uncle... No, I'm done. I think Napoleon is pulling Pedro on the rollerblades, and Kip's eating a steak on the front porch with Uncle Rico, and they're rolling up on the bike and the rollerblades. Uncle Rico reaches over, grabs Kip's steak, and just mollywops Napoleon right in the face with it. I was dying. That was so funny. Let's look that up. Uncle Rico throws steak. That's got to be good. Uncle Rico throws steak. The way he just mollywops Napoleon. Oh, I've already watched it. I've already watched it. I could have gone pro. They're sharing a steak. Back in 82, I used to be able to throw a pigskin a quarter mile. That's what he said. Are you serious? I'm dead serious. All right. Oh, he's not pulling him on rollerblades. He's got Pedro. He's got Pedro on the back of his pegs. Uncle Rico's eating a steak, and so is Kip, but he grabs Kip's steak here. He says, watch this. He grabs the steak, he palms it, and then he chucks it sidearm and hits Napoleon right in the face with it. And then Napoleon says, what the heck are you doing? And Rico says, that's what I'm talking about. And then Pedro says, I better go. That's a good one. Dude, just the way he just sidearm throws it is hilarious. And it knocks Napoleon's glasses off. That shit is so funny. Napoleon Dynamite, I don't know if there'll ever be anything as funny as that. Because that was such a great movie. Comedy is dead. Comedy movies are dead at this point. And there's so many gems from the Napoleon movie. Remember when Kip's selling Tupperware? And he's like trying to show it off by driving over it in the van. He drives it over and just absolutely smashes it. And he looks back and just drives off. There's so many gems in Napoleon Dynamite. I swear. Napoleon Dynamite is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Let me actually look up Napoleon Dynamite memorabilia. Is there a Napoleon Dynamite shirt? Vote for Pedro. I knew it. There's a Tina, you fat lard. Come get some dinner. That's a gem. I'm going to have to get a vote for Pedro shirt. Oh, there's a Rex Kwon Do shirt. I'm going to have to get some of them Rex Kwon Do American flag pants. Shocks, pegs, lucky. Uncle Rico 1982 football camp. Dude, there's so many good Napoleon Dynamite. I think I have a Napoleon Dynamite Funko Pop. If I'm not mistaken. Yes, I do. Damn, it's $80 now. I bought it in March of 2017, Napoleon Dynamite Kip Funko Pop. Do I have the Napoleon Dynamite one? I don't think I do. Dude, it doesn't say I purchased it. That sucks. Oh, there's an Uncle Rico with a football, but it's $50. That sucks. I want this bad. There's an Uncle Rico Funko Pop with a football. It's $50. That sucks. I need to buy this. That's hilarious. I need this Funko Pop. I have one of Kip where he's holding the sign that says La Fonda. I have the Kip one. I thought I had a Napoleon one, but it doesn't show in my Amazon order histories. Damn, that's tough. One Funko Pop for $51. I might need to buy that, though. I mean, that's tough, but it's probably worth it. The Kip one's $79 now. I bought it for like $10, I think. Let's see it. I bought it for $11. I should have bought Napoleon back then. I thought I did. That sucks bad. Anyway, back on. That stake to the face is up there with Josh Emmett's knockout of Michael Johnson. Dude, Josh Emmett's knockout of Michael Johnson was brutal. He said a howler. Okay, I don't know what we're talking about. Okay, we're talking about bullshit. That's the best scene in the movie. There's so many good scenes in the movie. There's so many scenes in the movie. But now I got to go spend $50 on a Funko Pop of Uncle Rico. It's too good. He's wearing the blue outfit, the get up, and he's holding the football. That's a must buy. Uncle Rico Funko. Let's see if you can buy it anywhere else for cheaper. eBay, it's like $40, but I don't really necessarily. It's easier to buy it from Amazon. $20 pre-owned. I don't know. I might have to try one of these sites. Hold on a second. Wait, there's an autographed Uncle Rico? There's no way. What's Macari? I feel like I've heard of that before. Dude, they got Uncle Rico to autograph it? No way. I might have to buy this for basically $90. Dude got Uncle Rico to autograph it. I'm done. I am straight up done. Dude really got Uncle Rico to autograph it. That's hilarious. Usman wants to fight Hamzat. We actually talked about this earlier in stream. I think Usman's just calling him out because he knows Hamzat's going to middleweight. So he just wants to look like a tough guy. I might have to order the Uncle Rico football shirt. That is pretty funny. There's one that says Over Them Mountains or the football camp. I might have to get one myself, to be quite honest. What's your top 3 genuinely funny movies? I don't know. Napoleon Dynamite's number 1. This Is the End was pretty funny. But I don't know. I enjoyed Step Brothers, but I don't know if it would live up if you rewatched it. I don't know if it would stand up to a rewatch. But would you fight Jake for cat? Of course. I fight anyone for money like that. If it's the right amount of paycheck. Count me in. Count me in. But guys, now my nose is itching. We've talked about the fights. We've talked about UFC 288. We've talked about Napoleon Dynamite. We talked about Holly Holmes had a terribly cringe post-fight interview. And we've gone almost... We're creeping up on 2.5 hours. But I have to pee. I'm running out of water here. It's already 1:30. So I'm going to get out of here in the next few minutes. So before we go, like the stream. Double check and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're going to go for a couple more minutes. So if you have any final questions, throw them in the chat. I may or may not be live tomorrow. But regardless... I need you guys to do me a favor. A massive, massive favor before we leave here today. I released my Aljamain Sterling Henry Cejudo prediction video. It is out on the channel right now. It is already doing good views. But I need you guys to help boost it in the algorithm after we end this stream. If all of you guys, all 60 of you guys, go to that video afterwards, watch it in its entirety, comment on it, and like it, it's going to boost it massively in the algorithm. So right now we're sitting at 1,300 views, which is pretty solid this early on. It's pretty solid for me. And yeah, when we end this stream in a minute, I need you guys to go check it out. So I'll post a link in the chat when we end it. But it would mean a lot to me. It would mean the world to me. But yeah, okay. What's your prediction for DJ Moraes 3? I'm probably going DJ TKO. I'm going to be streaming that as well. Reminder, you are awesome, Joey. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. But I'm looking forward to that DJ Moraes fight. That trilogy. That should be a solid fight. Moraes is just so big. The pleasure is going to end. Yeah, if you guys came here late for the pleasure, you can always go back and rewatch all the pleasure. I will check it out after this. Everyone here is awesome. Appreciate you, Khalil. Here is the link. Here is the link You guys can go check out my UFC 288 main event prediction. I stumbled over my words there. But make sure to comment on it. Everyone go comment on it. Boost it in the algorithm. Like it. If you guys want to see the channel be successful, you're here for this stream. You want to see the channel be successful. It will help, but watch it as long as possible. Watch it all the way to the end. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps it very much. If you already watched it, then thank you anyway. But yeah, the link is in the chat. Go to that video. Make sure to comment on it. Comment a prediction. Comment something. Good night. Goodbye. I appreciate all you guys who joined me for this 2 hours and 15 minutes of nonstop pleasure. Me using my mouth and my throat to pleasure you guys for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Pause. I'll be back Wednesday, but I might be back tomorrow. My Gilbert Burns versus Belal Muhammad prediction will be out tomorrow. It's already recorded. It's already up on the channel, but it's not released yet. Appreciate you guys. Like this stream on your way out, and good night. I will talk to you later.